Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of the influence of the street and of the gym, to be honest, in Martin Margiela. I mean, Galliano lives and works in a different neighborhood, but it's a way up over camp kind of way. And I think he's seen a street culture there which is influencing his ideas on Margiela. Seen young women with portable headphones, the speaker jacks, the sneakers. You know, they looked at the deconstruction of Galliano and the historicism mixed in with a kind of sporty, athletic way, which I thought made it look very fresh.
Strong show for John. You know, I felt that all of the deconstructed trenches look so great and they're so on trend this season. Everybody's doing their version of the trench. And it's interesting because in New York, we always seem to see a trench or 12 on the runway. And by the time we get to London, Milan, and Paris, the trench dissipates and there's nary a trench to be found. But it is in every city, in every collection. And I like how he took a classic trench fabric, and often the idea of it being turned inside out is very much a signature to Margiela, but putting it back to a great silk fabric that had a lot of fluidity. So the trenches were particularly appealing to me. Just those great embellished pieces. It took the idea of sportif, a definite motif everywhere, and continues to be important, but really embellishing them and giving them kind of a new life. You know, I think no one's a greater stylist than John Galliano, how he puts a show together. So you're never quite sure where his mind is or where it's going. Even the idea of the interesting chandelier crystal bits that were poking out of the model's ears like a little bit of a horn, or looking like they were a bit of a gnome or something. So a lot of interesting ideas, but always a great show, but really terrific pieces when you peel away the individual elements that were styled for that great runway bravado. Really strong collection and a really good show for him, even though he didn't want to come out and take all of the applause, because people were really loving the show at the end, and everybody was talking about it very positively as we were leaving the Grand Palais. You know, yet again the show ends and we're all waiting with bated breath for John Galliano to make his appearance at the end of the runway, but in true Margiela style, he is staying very discreet and behind the scenes.